But Clayton Keller has been very, very quiet lately. Some stats: in his past 10 games, he has 1 goal and 1 assist. And there's already 8 games this month in which he does not have a point, which I know they've played a lot of games this month, but for your, the guy that you look to as, the guy who's supposed to be producing for you and this team's all-star, it almost feels like, and no, I'm not saying they're correlated, it just feels like ever since he's been named all-star, he just hasn't lived up to that title. And again, everything we already said on the show, the schedule, the workload, all of it, like I'm going to give him a little bit of grace. I'm not going to go after him completely, but your stars need to be stars, and he hasn't been.
And that another change that somebody mentioned is that Barrett Hayton's between Nick Schmaltz and Clayton Keller, and they haven't been producing. So do you go back to Travis Boyd? And I don't want to say that that's the sole reason, because I think Barrett Hayton has, for the most part, played really well. And the schedule, of course, is grinding these guys down. But they did have some success with Travis Boyd between them, obviously last year and earlier this season. So we'll see what they try to do to shake Clayton Keller out of this slump. Maybe it's just a matter of rest, although he's the one guy who's not going to get a lot of rest because he's going to go to South Florida.
2 things. Well, one, I thought he had a really good look on the power play today, which he hasn't had in the last few power plays, so that's great. We talk about Keller a lot, and one of the fears I have coming off his big injury is the amount of ice time this guy gets without having any training camp. He again leads all forwards on this team again in ice time, and at some point you have to go, maybe he's tired. And I hate to use that excuse to professional athletes. They got to be able to play, but he continually, every night after night after night, he's playing 18 to 22 minutes, 23 minutes, one night, 24 minutes. It's a lot of ice time for a guy that plays in so many key situations. Nobody needs the all-star break more than Clayton Keller, but instead of getting a rest and sitting, putting his feet up in Arizona, he's flying the other side of the country.
Yep.
I mean, I know that it's not a hard game to play, and I know they're going to have fun. I get all that, but you still have to do it.
Anytime you get on an airplane is exhausting.
100%. And that far away.
2 time zones.
So I'm concerned about what his start is going to be like after the All-Star break. He just doesn't ever get a break. Yeah. And I don't know, at some point, maybe when Michelli comes back and they go to a 12-forward lineup, that he can play 16 minutes in a game, 17 minutes in a game.
If they go to a 12-forward lineup.
Yeah, and they may never.
Yeah.
I get concerned because his production is starting to drop off, and I wonder if that's part of it. I don't know. I sit here by a microphone, so I don't know what his workload's like, how his heart rate monitor and all of those numbers they check after games, and how is he dealing with his rest. They know.
Yeah.
But I'm worried.
And the other thing that I think about, like we're coming up with a lot of reasons why this might be happening. You don't get any practice time to iron out the kinks. If bad habits are creeping into your game, there's no time to work on them. No time to correct them. All you can do is, this, show them video and say, hey.
Yeah.
But when you're not getting
unless
the reps
you're getting on the
there,
ice, it doesn't matter. You need the reps. You need the video, and then you got to go on the ice and learn it, and then you go out in the games and correct it. Like it's a circle. Video, practice, game. Video, practice, game. It just goes round and around and around for 82 games plus the postseason.